Whether you've been wanting to get your charting done faster, deal with burnout and stress in your work life, or something else, come join me for a one-on-one coaching session. You can book a discovery call and find out more about whether we'd be a good fit to work together for the next couple months. You can book a spot, the link in the show notes. Welcome to the MedEdWell podcast, empowering physicians to get work done at work and then be able to reflect and choose what is important for both their life and medical practice. I'm your host, Dr. Ryan Stejink, general pediatrician and life coach for physicians.
Today I have less than 2 hours to go in my launch. My launch of the Charting Mastery program. I've had 8 or 9 join me on the launch list, and while there has been decent engagement with opening emails and a few clicks, with 2 hours to go, there is currently no one who has purchased. Those are the facts. And it's all about what I choose to let that mean. When I did my webinar, I said, no matter what happens tonight, tonight is a success. Because I showed up and I delivered my content, my 3 pillars to take physicians from chaos to complete, including the importance of knowing your why, fill your toolbox, and find your flow. I showed up, and it was success. There was no one who joined me live. I had 3 signups for the webinar, and I chose to make that mean that I was a success. That I showed up, took care of my business. Now, going into the final day of the launch, I showed up, I sent my emails. Next time, certainly, there are some things that I could do differently. I probably wouldn't have my launch going over the weekend. I'd make sure that I build in the time to be able to do Facebook Live, or a couple of them, and to be able to have a Q&A, to be able to have some opportunities for people to jump on a call with me. And yet, even now, as I think about my launch, my list is growing. Add new people checking out my stuff. I will have opportunities to follow up with surveys to see why people didn't buy. This is market research. This is valuable insight and intelligence into what my people are looking for. Maybe it's one-on-one coaching. Maybe it was my copy, my messaging. Maybe it's that, for whatever reason, they weren't ready to buy. But I had enough engagement that I know that for at least some of them, this is a viable niche. So in that sense, this is a huge success because it proves to me that people have pain with charting. They wouldn't have stuck around to hear what I had to say if that wasn't true. So proving that is huge. Where I want to go with that is going to be a key question. Because I know that I have value to offer in charting. However, based on my experience and how I see physician wellness being affected and the potential impact of life coaching on physician wellness, I see this as being a springboard for a broader intervention, a broader offer, or at least a broader transformation that I offer, the opportunity to coach. And I enjoy the one-on-one. I enjoy that personal connection, to be able to dig into where people are at. And so this may be an opportunity to refine my messaging, to say, come join me as your personal coach. This could be an amazing opportunity to step into that. So no matter where this goes, I'm excited. I'm excited to see the insights that I'm able to glean, how I'm able to dig into what my people want, what would be a more attractive lead magnet to be able to speak into their pain. And then be able to say, come join me. Come join me as I hold space for you to be able to generate a lot of your own answers and solutions. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. I do not have all the answers. I do not have all of your answers. I want to be able to offer this service so that you can have that awareness, so that you can have that awareness and decide, where am I? Where am I? Where is what I've been doing? How is that showing up for me? How is that resonating with me? What circumstances am I in? What are the thoughts about those circumstances to generate my feelings, actions, and results? And is that where you want to be? I can't tell you how much of life is just done on autopilot. We just kind of glide through things, not realizing that by thinking about it, to think about it in the right way offers opportunity to make a change, to decide, is this in line with my priorities? Those things that are most important to me, to you, to say, here I am, this is what I want to be about. And as you do that, you realize, I'm not living in alignment with it. I'm not getting the rest that I want. I'm not exercising like I want. I'm not showing up as the spouse and partner that I want to be. And yet, as I look at charting, as I look at my clinical workflows, I love my patients. I love being in medicine. But sometimes there are multiple things that need to be done. And previously, I would say, this stresses me out. Granted, now I know that it's my thoughts about these things that I have to do that are causing my distress. And though I would not admit to doing this, I cause my own. I cause my own pain. It's a lot to sit with. I cause my own pain. And I want to be able to bring those things to awareness, to be able to make a change, because ultimately, as humans, we try to avoid pain, to seek pleasure, and to do it in an efficient manner with the minimum amount of effort. So with your charting, with your workflows, with your approach to medicine, but specifically with charting, I want to help physicians get done with their charting faster by mastering these 3 pillars, so that finish that charting faster, so you can go home sooner and have more time to be more present, to have more margin for the things that matter most to you. It's not rocket science. And yet, some of these thought patterns, these cycles that we get into, these things that we do to avoid the discomfort of deliberate action, of allowing these feelings of discomfort and being able to push into the intentional thought of, this is what I want to be about. This is what I want to get done so that I'm able to finish it, so that I'm able to grow, so that I'm able to move forward. So as I think about this launch, about where I've been, about where I'm going, even if no one signs up for this launch, I am so thankful for each and every person who's engaged, who's opened emails, who's clicked links, who's given me invaluable feedback on what I'm talking about, on where I need to go from here. I'm choosing to let whatever the results may be mean that I can grow. So what are you facing today, this week? What are you facing that you can choose to interpret in a way to tell yourself a story that allows you to grow? Thank you so much for joining me here on another episode of the MedEdWell podcast. I wasn't planning to make this a podcast, just a little bit of reflection, and yet this is an opportunity to share what's really going on, how I am taking my next step while encouraging you to take yours. Each of us has a role to play in how we change the culture of medicine for ourselves, for our patients, for those that matter to us. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for all you do. Have a great day.
And now for our important disclaimer. Dr. Ryan Stedgink is a practicing general pediatrician, but the MedEdWell podcast does not reflect the views, opinions, or belief of his employer nor his affiliated university. Additionally, the MedEdWell podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered advice regarding financial, legal, student loan, medical, or any other specific topic. In such a case, you should seek consultation with a certified professional in that particular area. Again, thanks for joining us on the MedEdWell podcast, and have a great day.